We are now calling the Joint Budget and Finance Committee meeting and Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Quita, this, it says memory full. It's okay. Okay. Councilors, have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Is there a motion for approval?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes from the last meeting have passed. Next is consideration of the consent agenda. Councilors, do you have any items you'd like to place on consent? Councilor
Yes,
Abbott?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. On page 1, items 4 and 5. Page 2, item 6. Page 3, item 9. Page 5, item 14. Page 6, item 17. And that's all.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any other items?
I
you'd
don't
like
have
to
any
consider?
other items.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The items have been passed for the consideration of the consent agenda. If your item was placed on consent, you may enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Otherwise, the first item is item number 7. And that is, this is for a grant submission and requirements in grant agreement with Economic Development Partnership of Alabama, EDPA, for the Site Evaluation and Economic Development Strategy Act SEEDS program to develop a site assessment plan for an economic development site in the amount of $2 million with a 1-to-1 city match, and further authorize the mayor to take any and all actions and execute such other documents.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay, Chief, who's up?
Good afternoon. Cornell
Good
Wesley,
afternoon.
proudly serve as the Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. What's before you is a request to pursue a one-to-one grant funding opportunity to be used to master plan one of Birmingham's largest brownfields. I'm happy to entertain any questions at this time.
Okay, counselors, do you have any questions? Counselor Abbott?
Well, since I hadn't heard anything about this, and I'm excited that something's finally happening, but can you tell us the story?
I would have to be very careful in
Cornell.
what we can say publicly. What I can say, it is a large parcel that the city
Cornell.
hopes. Yeah.
Hold on one second.
So I would like to combine items 7 and 13.
Okay, committee members, would you consider combining items 7 and 13 together,
Yes.
bringing both up? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then it's my recommendation that under Alabama State Code 3625A, 7A6, that we go into executive session to discuss negotiations regarding real property.
Okay, we'll take a brief 10-minute recess for executive session. Okay.
We don't have to vote.
Is there a motion?
I move that we go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The vote for executive session passes. think we have to have a motion, right, to come back?
Oh, yes. I move that we resume our meeting.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We now resume our committee meeting back. We were on items 7 and, was it 13? 7 and 13, okay? Mr. Datcher and Mr. Cornell, do y'all want to come back up?
Hey, good afternoon. Kelvin Datcher, Deputy Director of Community Development. Item 13 is a $1 million grant from Senator Katie Britt that we're very appreciative of her support of. That includes resources for the master planning of Birmingham Port and some additional sites that could support the inland port that the city has. We also want to make sure that, you know, the committee and the full council has the opportunity to visit Birmingham Port soon. If you haven't, it is really an extraordinary thing that you need to see up close and really get a good feel for, get your feet in that dirt, and we'll make Daryl fly us around in his personal helicopter. But you got to go see it. But we have maps in the document we just provided, so you can see the 3 railways that connect there, as well as how much of the U.S. can be served in 2 days by both rail and by car. There's, of course, also proximity to the Birmingham International Airport.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you for providing us additional information on both of these items. I do know recently we met with Lieutenant Governor Ainsworth, and we talked about Alabama Works and those type of initiatives. So tell me how that would fit into creating this rail system, or this system of being able to send goods and supplies out of Birmingham Port. What would that do to match with this master plan for the state?
Yes, ma'am. One of the great things that the Lieutenant Governor's been talking about is really ensuring that the state has a well-prepared workforce, and that's really what he's focused on. And of course, the city's been successful with 2 federal grants lately on workforce development. He really is thinking and talking about, ensuring that we have a real robust workforce that is attractive to potential companies that want to move into Birmingham, that want to do great things with logistics and supply chain, which we think that we can be a phenomenal site for, simply because of where Birmingham sits in the southeast. We can connect anywhere. And so, again, inside this packet that I handed you, there are visuals and maps in there that shows, with the 4 interstates that we have, 20, 59, 65, and 22 now, that we can drive and get things going within 2-day drive of Birmingham, or 2 days by rail. We can cover 2/3 of the United States of America.
Okay. I do know that, I think Councilor Smithman and I, when we first were placed on the council, we did have an opportunity to go on a road trip, if you want to call it, out to Birmingham Port. I think at the time, Council Member Hilliard had us to go out there as part of Economic Development Plan. So I guess I'm just looking forward to Birmingham Port. I know we'll never be as large as Mobile, but of course this puts us in a footprint, would it not, to,
Yes, ma'am.
How supply chain is.
Yeah, we hate to say great things about Darrell Perkins, but we do have to say that he was very helpful in ensuring that in the port bill. The first one was a couple years ago that provided an allotment of money for ports that automatically qualify for. Of course, the Port of Alabama down in Mobile is the big one, but we are connected there, right? And so we can service there, partner with them, and so we're very fortunate that the state legislature has seen fit to provide resources for that.
Thank you. That's my questions, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
Counselor Abbott.
Okay, I'm looking at the handout, the one that's BJCPA, this handout that y'all gave us.
Yes, ma'am.
And on the second page, it says that the Black Warrior is navigable from the Gulf of Mexico to Chicago, Illinois. And you have a map. And the map doesn't have the Black Warrior River on it. So where is it?
So it is a Tom Bigby waterway up through there, and we can actually float it. But no, if you look at the map, the red dots there connect you to the Tennessee in the northwestern corner of the state of Alabama. So it's that connection from Mobile up to Tom Bigby, And then that the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway is the actual red dots there.
Okay. So the Black Warrior,
I think that's our branch. I'm not, the James fan of this stuff, but in terms of the connection, that's what it is. It is the Tom Bigby River from the Port of Mobile to the Tennessee Tom Bigby waterway up to Tennessee. So that's the flow up and down to Chicago.
okay, so that red dotted line is the,
Tennessee Tom Bigby.
okay, so what does the Black Warrior have to do with it?
Again, come on, Darryl, you're a geography guy.
Darryl Perkins Consultant. The Black Warrior is where Locust Fork is. That's where ours start, along the Locust Fork. We're at mile 396 from Birmingham to the port. So the Locust Fork, Black Warrior flows to the 10 Tons, to the Tennessee, and that flows to right outside of Chicago. It's not Aurora, it might be Champaign, Illinois. I forget the exact city, but it goes to the outside of Chicago. But there is a direct route there. And we are 3.5 days from our port down to the Gulf of Mexico, to the big port there, and like 7 days up that way. But it is there. I have
So-
not seen that particular map, but
Well, so maybe before y'all hand this out to any more people, maybe we could get a better map. It's either that or change what we.
Councilwoman, I concur. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because somebody's gonna look at it.
Yeah, it's just missing a line, but you're right. That can be corrected easily. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I didn't know that the Black Warrior went to Chicago.
But it's not the Black Warrior, but it connects to other lines that go up that way.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the map just needs fixing. So anyway, so the idea with the connection that we're making between the Katie Britt money and the grant we're applying for is that the port could serve that property if all this works out.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, and how long do we have to wait to find out if we get the grant?
So the grant is a federally directed congressional appropriation, so it is ours. We were awarded that grant directly from Senator Britt's office. So it's set up in such a way that we are the only city in the federal registry. It's listed as a grant, but we are the only city that can apply for it. And so we have been awarded that grant. What you actually have in front of you is the actual grant award.
Okay, but we have item 7, and it says submit, execute, expend, and accept, and all that. So item 7 is
Item 7 is
automatic.
a SEEDS grant. That's our competitive statewide grant.
Okay, it's
Item
not
13
automatic.
is the Katie Britt. That's the $1 million grant.
So Katie Britt is automatic, but when will we know if we get the grant on
About
item
90
7?
days.
90 days?
Yes, ma'am, or less.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what would be the funding source if we won this grant for the one-to-one city match?
It'll be in our grant match account that's in finance.
Okay. You remember how much?
$4 million.
$4 million. Okay, perfect. Okay, committee members, do you have any other questions?
The $4 million is how much we have in the grant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, is there a motion for approval? We only did it for item 7.
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Item 7 and 13 have passed. Next item is item number 8. And that is with, is to complete a grant with ALEA, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, and Alabama Gulf Coast High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area in the amount of $70,521 for the purpose of increased surveillance and detection in the Alabama Gulf Coast High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area. Said funds shall be appropriated to the Birmingham Police Department, and no matching funds are due from the city.
Second.
Chief,
Bring up Chief Thurman.
it's good to see you, Chief Thurman.
Good afternoon, Scott Thurman, Service Chief of Police, Birmingham Police Department. So the Gulf Coast High does, we have our narcotics officers assigned with that particular task force, and this is just funding further that, that they'll be giving to the Birmingham Police Department.
Okay.
And there's
Counsel-
no match from the city.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Chief, can you tell me how long, this is almost a yearly thing that we do. I don't know how long, I think it's maybe
Gotcha,
year
okay.
5.
Right,
maybe.
correct. And usually our re-up with Aaliyah is in October, which that agreement will be coming up in the near future as well.
Okay, gotcha. Counselor Abbott?
I don't have any questions. Surprise.
Madam Pro Tem? Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye, the aye has passed. Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
Next item is, actually, Chief, you might as well stay up here.
I can do number 10. I'll do number 10.
Okay, well, never mind. Item 10 is an ordinance to amend the grants fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 by appropriating $4.2 million to police from BJA Bryan discretionary grants per award received.
Madam Chair, this is kind of related to what Mr. Datcher was talking about, the money that we received from Senator Britt's office. This is the money for the Real-Time Crime Center.
Perfect. Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
Not a question, but I'm just very excited. I know how we go and meet with our congressional leaders every year. And so I know for the past year or so, we have been asking for both of these appropriations. So I'm
just-
very excited that we received them. Thank you.
Same here.
Just give her a big thank you when you meet with
Yes,
her.
we will.
We will. May send her some Roll Tide merch.
Jesus.
So, Council Abbott,
What was it you just said?
she went to Alabama Law School.
Trying to get football into the Budget and Finance Committee. Yeah, I don't, if it's for the Real-Time Crime Center, I'm in favor of it.
Yes, very thankful for her. Okay.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you, Chief. Next item is item number 11. This is an ordinance to amend the grants fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 by appropriating $2 million to municipal court for substance abuse and mental health services administration grant per award received.
Second.
Hey, Judge, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon. I'm Andre Sparks. I'm honored to serve as this presiding judge for the City of Birmingham's Municipal Court. Glad to be here again to tell you that Samsha has decided to award us this grant again. It's the 6th consecutive time we've gotten this award, different amounts. But for our drug court, we got the first one back in 2008 and have consistently applied. Our partner in this endeavor has been the Alethea House, and it seems to be going well. At the end of this grant cycle, in 2029, we will have gotten $7.2 million for drug treatment in Birmingham, so it's a good day. This is $2 million. The one we're just finishing is $2 million. It's $400,000 a year for 5 years.
Perfect. Okay. Council Abbott.
So this goes to pay for drug treatment for the people that someone brings into your court that have that problem. So what is the recidivism rate after they've been treated? I know 100% of the people don't stay straight.
Right. It's, I can't give you the exact number, but I would say it's less than 20% that will reoffend. Because we know substance use there's no exact science to it. I think people get a benefit just from being in the program, whether they finish it or not, just exposing them to new opportunities to do better. But for those who make it through the program, the recidivism rate is almost nothing because they're in the program almost 2 years. By that time, they've made some significant changes in their lives and in their circle of friends.
Good, thank you.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem.
I guess I don't have a question, but I do just want to be sure the public's aware. When an individual goes through this process with the drug court, it not only helps with the substance abuse issue, but could you tell me a little bit about the mental health services? Are there wraparound services there?
Right. We even though, and we probably need to change the name of it at the court. We call it drug court still, but it's really the language has changed to substance use disorder because it involves drugs, it involves alcohol or other drugs or other substances. So it can be alcohol, and many times it is alcohol. But we know that when we have substance use disorders, particularly long time, it also has a mental, there is an element of mental health that's affected by it. And so the counseling not only affects the drug use part, the substance use part, but there's a significant amount of mental health counseling that goes along with it. We also have a mental health court called Hope Court. So we try to encompass all the issues. People don't really look at a municipal court as a place to go and get treatment, but we're probably on the outside of that because we've been so consistently in this place since 2008 that I don't even know if there's another court. I know there's no other court in the state that's gotten this much grant money consistently, be it a municipal court or I don't think a circuit court has gotten this much money. So the council started this in 2008 by applying for it, and it's been consistent since then. We're trying to help at every turn we can. There are a lot of external partners we use to help, but Alethea House is the main partner.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess when I think about this, I kind of think about some of our other residents that are dealing with substance abuse that really we need to employ our resources out into the streets. And so I guess, is that a part of the grant that we could use to help people, or is it just for people who appear before you all in court?
You mean, can someone walk off the street and get the services?
I guess, or could you give those resources? That's not municipal court.
Now, we have to have some connection to them in order to get them in the process. Of course, if they come off the street, we can steer them toward treatment. And let me tell you the benefit I think this helps on the street. If we're utilizing these grant funds to help people, then that's less, then people on the street have access to more resources because we're paying for this. We also pull people who are veterans out of the population because we have a veterans treatment court. We send them directly to Veterans Hospital to get treatment, so they're not on the economy so I think when we pull these folks out, it frees up space for people in the community to be able to go and get treatment. Even though they may not have the resources, we're not taking beds from them because we're paying for these beds. We're paying for this counseling with the grant money, and that's the benefit it provides, I think.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Are there any other questions from committee members? Council, okay. Well, I think there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item passes. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 12. This is dealing with the Birmingham Bowl football game. So this is for ESPN to plan, implement, and host it. It is expected to bring college athletes, numerous fans, administrations, and officials from outside the city. And the city will provide incentives to ESPN not to exceed $250,000 and other income-related services.
Second.
Yes.
Chief.
Yes, Madam Chair. So this is our 18th Birmingham Bowl that the city has been able to be a partner with ESPN in hosting. That this year's game will be on December 27th, which is a Friday, tentatively at 2:30 p.m. That will be slated between a SEC team and an American Conference team. So as I noted, this is our 17th year of supporting the Birmingham Bowl to be in Birmingham at Protective Stadium.
Okay, perfect. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, Council Abbott.
Yeah, the in-kind related services we're going to provide are police and fire and anything else?
That's just it, just police and fire.
No buses, no
No, ma'am.
trains?
Nope. Police and fire.
Okay, police and fire. Okay, that was my only question.
Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item passes. Next item is item number 15. This is for the mayor to execute an interlocal agreement with Jefferson County, Alabama to provide for improvements to portions of Shady Grove Road located in the city as a part of the Jefferson County resurfacing project to include milling, resurfacing, and other necessary repairs to the roadbed and the placement of the final paved surface, with the city's share of the cost to be $102,334.
Second.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, committee. My name is Colin Alexander. I serve as Program Manager with the Birmingham Department of Transportation. And before you is an interlocal agreement between us and Jefferson County for Jefferson County to pave our portion of Shady Grove Road located in the Hooper City neighborhood in District 9. We've done a number of these over the last couple years. It's becoming kind of routine. It's a good partnership where on some of our roads that go in and out of the county that the county is going to pave, typically the county can do that at a cheaper rate than we can bid that out because they have their own crews, and so they provide these opportunities for us to partner with them. As is our policy, our engineering team, both in our department and capital projects, evaluated to make sure that the road needed to be repaved. What's interesting about Shady Grove is that we did agree our portions needed to be paved, but the northern section we paved in 2017, and so the fact that it needs to be paved again is concerning. So we brought that to the county's attention that there needs to be probably some subgrade work that needs to be done, and so that's going to be included in this as well.
All right, perfect. Counselor Abbott?
Well, now that I understand that they were paving their part and we're just tacking on our part because it's convenient, I was gonna ask if they could pave any more roads in Birmingham since they can do it for less expense since they have their own crews, so.
We have a very good relationship with them, and we pass along roads we would like for them to consider, and they always, if there's a road that's in our jurisdiction, come back and ask if we want to partner. We evaluate that to see if it's a road that needs to be done, and then if it does, bring that to leadership and the council for consideration.
So Councilor Abbott and Madam Chair, so this is something the council has asked BDOT to start looking more into that partnership with other municipalities to do our thoroughways. So this is just one of many that we have done in the past, and I think we will probably continue to do it. Saves us money, a lot of money, which I like.
Can we do Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard with them? Maybe we could make a deal.
We'll talk to Homewood.
Madam Pro Tem?
Thank you very much. I was gonna ask a similar question. I was just wondering, had this road, the Shady Grove Road, wasn't on any of our upcoming, road resurfacing?
So it was not,
Calendars.
and so oftentimes that happens that, these are roads that are on our periphery typically, they're not ones that are priority just based off of the needs that we do. And oftentimes they're not on our list for upcoming, but they need to be done. And so that's how a lot of these come across our desk.
I would like to see an effort made, if that's what we're doing now, to talk with other cities or talk with the county, because I know there was a lot of paving that was done in Lipscomb and Bessemer, where Roosevelt City is sandwiched in. And so it just would have made kind of good sense if they were paving parts of their roads. I don't know what our roads conditions were, but some of them look like, just from those of us who
Absolutely.
travel it.
And just put it on public record, we are interested in that. So any municipality in the area, come to us with, let us know what's going on. We've done this a lot with Irondale and Mountain Brook and Jefferson County. It's more of just knowing what other municipalities are doing. So the Bessemer one, we don't have that kind of a relationship to know when they're doing those projects for us to capture that opportunity. So, again, for the public record, we're very interested in those partnerships if those opportunities
All right,
come
thank you.
about.
Glad to hear that. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I was just about to ask what else is on the Jefferson County resurfacing list, but since we don't know, that's fine. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye, the item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is item number 16. This is where the city will lease former Graymont School located at 308th Avenue West for a term of 30 years at a rent of $1 per year. It will be redeveloped to create 101 affordable rental housing units for senior citizens and increase the term of the lease to 75 years.
Second.
Okay. We'll
Madam-
move to table the item.
Thank
Or we
you.
can, yeah. Do we need a motion to table the item?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye, we're gonna table item 16 until the end. Well, there's only one more. Next item is item number 18. This is for, declaring the 83rd Annual Magic City Classic a public purpose and authorizing the mayor to expend funds up to $1.5 million.
Second.
And there should be a comma instead of a period. Okay. Chief.
I think Mr. McDaniel submitted this.
Oh, Mr. McDaniels.
I'm throwing him
You know-
all the way under the bus.
Madam Chair, this is a great opportunity for us to see the interruption or intervention by artificial intelligence. First, my name is not spelled correctly, so I don't think that's this Jeff McDaniels. Number two, we have no authority over in the sports and tourism budget. So there's no way that I would submit a resolution for something that would be controlled by the administration. However, I'm comfortable to help Mr. Mitchell, Chief Mitchell, as the need rises.
Okay. Well,
That's fine.
we'll let y'all tag team
I'll
then.
go ahead and tag team it with Jeff. There's
Oh,
no
just
problem.
tag team it with
Because I got
us.
receipts that.
Well, I wondered when we became in charge of the Magic City Classic.
We will make some changes.
We'll make some
We were.
So, Jeff, let's go ahead and tag team this one. So basically, this is the yearly public purpose declaration that we have for Magic City Classic and all the ancillary events that surround it. The item before you will probably include everything that we do to deal with the Classic, from operations and just cleanup and just the things that, as I know, the ancillary events that a lot of council members activate during that time during the week of our Classic. So that's what is before the council, is just to ask for this to be declared a public purpose so we can start spending money for the operations of the Classic.
Okie dokie. Madam Pro Tem? Okay, Counselor Abbott?
Okay, so this 1.5 million, does that include the contributions
Yes.
that we give to the schools?
The largest part of the budget is the two contributions to the school, which is $500,000 per school, and then also includes the transportation shuttle that's around $175,000.
Okay, so police, fire, public works, and shuttle services in addition to the contributions to the schools?
Yeah, we do everything from renting portalets, gravel to make the grounds look good, repainting, restriping of the tailgate area, things of that nature.
Buffing up.
Putting lipstick on a pig.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm good.
okay.
You good, Mr. McDaniel's boss?
Now
I was
that you-
just prepared to help you out, Chief.
Now that you've changed the way you
Barricades,
spell your
parking,
name.
staging.
Portalets, don't forget them.
Yes,
Chief,
ma'am.
don't kill me for asking this
No
question.
post-game concert.
Huh?
No post-game concert.
No, that's not what I was about to ask. The Wi-Fi.
That's actually something that I have been in early discussions with IMS about. That is more of a long-term solution that we're trying to look at. We are talking to our different
Yeah.
utility companies, our telecommunications that actually have came out to start looking at different ways they can install what's called a CAL that allows to at least expand the network so it wouldn't have so much disruption. But of course, at any event that you have close to 150,000 people in a 2-block radius, it's going to cause some type of disruption, even if you do have the greatest Wi-Fi in the world.
You know,
That's just to be honest with you.
you know, in Alabama, the Wi-Fi kind of works.
I only had Alabama money.
That's
Madam
it,
Chair,
kind of. Yes. Mm-hmm.
While you're there, Chief Mitchell, we have a great opportunity to ask. With that question, we know that telecommunication equipment is rented during that time, and you know that the council is responsible for being down on the field, and we typically run between the stadium and the field. So if we could be provided a few walkie-talkies to assist with that communication, we would appreciate it. Sir?
I think we ought to have a zip line, and we just jump out of our box and fly down onto the field with no walking and required. I'll go second.
I'll just walk. No, but really, like Wi-Fi, I think has been a question I think all of us have gotten multiple times about, so I just want to ask about it. Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item passes. We look forward to the Magic City Classic. Well, we're now going to bring back item number 16.
Okay, I'll see if Jim can.
Is that Corey? There he
There he
goes.
is. Oh, right on time. Come on, Corey.
He must have been running.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Any questions on the
Can you
item?
tell us, is there anything else we need to know about this item, the Grandmont School?
Yes. So if you recall, we had brought this item before the council a couple of weeks ago. And our partner, the Veranda at Greymont School, they're trying to go after a 4% tax credit. And so there were some things that were reviewed in the agreement preliminarily by the State Finance Authority. And so they needed to make some edits so that we can try to get the best amount of points we possibly could. And so they needed to change the site acreage inside the original agreement, as well as the legal description, which the previous one left out particular parcels, as well as the ground lease was 30 years and it switched to 75, which that is typical in affordable housing development under tax credits to have a ground lease for that period of time. And so just wanted to make the ground lease as accurate as possible so that they can get those points with the State Finance Authority. So those were the changes.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
Wanted to be sure I'm clear. So also it said modified and changed. Is it the name of the tenant that's changed, but not the owners or anyone?
So
just the
it
name?
is the Veranda at Greymont School LP and not LLC. So
Okay.
switching out the LLC for LP.
Thank you.
Councilor Abbott?
Yeah, the only question I had, which I should have had a long time ago, is why are we leasing this property instead of giving it to them like we do most people that are developing something we want?
Yeah, so I can give a little bit about that, and then I'll let Jim speak if he would like to. But with this property will have some spaces on it that will serve the larger community. One being a early learning center that is on the bottom of the site, as well as there is a retrofit of the gymnasium. And in that gymnasium, we want that gymnasium to be able to serve the larger community. So there'll be programming and things like that a part of it. And in those two spaces, the developer may not necessarily manage those. And so we wanted to make sure that in the event that the developer had the housing there, or if they came out of that deal and partner with someone else, that we can still regulate what happens on that property, and that those amenities still serve the community.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Madam Pro Tem?
And it just made me think about when you said the gymnasium, retrofit the gymnasium. What about and probably it's been answered before, but I just want a reminder, the annex or the adjacent building that's across from there, is there an annex or another building, or is it just all the one structure?
No, so on the site, you have the school, and then you have the gym building that is to the side, and then you have a storage unit that's in the back.
So it is that building, because I know it's beautiful parquet tile floor. I didn't realize it was used before as a gymnasium.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the annex is the gym.
Is it gym?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Councilor Abbott? Do you have anything else? Okay. Okay. I think we had a motion. Do we have a
Well, I
motion?
move approval just in case.
All in favor say aye. Aye, the item passes. Thank you. There isn't any other new business. The next Budget and Finance Committee meeting will be on Monday, September 23rd at 3:30 p.m. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I move that we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, guys.